Good morning, this is Jack from YardChart.net, and this is the pre-market recording for Friday, the 5th of April. Our disclaimer, we do this for educational purposes only. We're here to share our technical analysis with you. We hope you can take some of what we're doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. We're not here to issue trading signals. Right. Last night on the Ask Us webinar, I was talking about the likely bull triangle stroke bull pennant. Which is the correct name for it, really. But the bull pennant on ES, the bull flag on NQ, the bull pennant on RTY, and all of those broken up. I was saying they were all likely to break up and deliver high retest. They have all done so. In terms of the divergences here, we're still on a 60-minute sell signal, which currently isn't threatened on ES. NQ, we've got no current divergence because this went a little low. Otherwise, we'd have, well, it went a little low. I am also thinking that this flag, obviously, it's got a minimum target at a retest of this high, and we haven't seen that yet. Likely, we're going to go a little higher and reach it. RTY, I'm still wondering about this as a possible overall bull flag with target in the 1605 area. Well, 1606 really. But we've got a possible second 60-minute sell signal brewing. It does not need to reach that. I don't have a good grasp on the trend lines here. It's not clear. We had a channel here which broke down. If there's a successor pattern, it's not springing to the eye. DAX has broken down from the channel. A 60-minute sell signal is fixed. ESTX, obviously, had already broken down from the wedge, and a 60-minute sell signal has fixed. We have sell signals almost across the board. Right, at the open today, we're likely to see a higher high on SPX, or at least we're likely to see that today. At that point, we're going to have we're already on an hourly RSI 5 sell signal. We're likely also to get an hourly RSI 14 sell signal brewing. That's something I've been looking for, and the two trend lines I'm looking for are the ones I posted the other day on my post, and they are this one here on the 15-minute, which wasn't quite hit the other day, and is likely to be hit today, and I've got that in approximately on ES in the, I'm guessing that's going to be about the 28.96 or 7 area. This is why I was talking yesterday about a possible run at 2900. We hit it, visual hit here, I think not quite, just needs a shade higher, same sort of target on the bigger SPX rising wedge here, and that is where I'm going to be seriously looking for a turn. On ES, we are still on a daily week RSI 14 sell signal, where I think the RSI 5 one may have failed. We'll see later. We never had that on the SPX daily chart, though. In terms of trend support, the 5DMA is now at 28.64, and the 50-hour moving average is now at 28.45. Let's have a look at the other indices on RUT. On RUT, we've got a 60-minute RSI 5 sell signal fixed, and I'm wondering about this. It wasn't a great channel on RTY. This is a good wedge. This could well be a bull flag. It could be looking for a retest of this high here at 1602, and that is something I'm wondering about. Doesn't necessarily need to be hit, but it is a question mark. NQ is bumping along under resistance. We've got this little flag here, should break up, deliver a high. Anytime after that, it could fail. That will give us a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing on the RSI 14 as well. All right, let's have a look at CL. Now, CL, another nice little flag channel. It's heading back towards channel resistance, and the obvious next move would be not all flags break up. Most of them do break up. I'd be expecting to see a retest of 63 in a likely second high of a double top. We're still on a 60-minute sell signal. Chances are it's not going to fail that sell signal. NG, we've now got a 60-minute buy signal fixed, and we've also got a possible daily RSI 5 buy signal brewing. We could well be looking at the low here. I'm looking for a break over the declining resistance, which I've got at the 2.667 area, and this would be a wedge, though it's not got a great trend line set up here. It's but nonetheless not bad, perfectly acceptable, and we could break up from here. If we don't break up from here, I'd be expecting to see a move down to the mid 2.5s, but it looks as though we may well break up from here. So we're waiting to see that break. We've got the 60-minute buy signal, and we're on an uptrend from cycle point of view until from now for the next couple of weeks, and we could see a big move in that next couple of weeks. So we shall see. Right, GC, the bottom could be in. I'm leaning more towards seeing a rally rally here and another leg down to establish positive divergence on the daily. We made the target I was looking for, which was the break of the head and shoulder neckline to reject from. It could be the lowers in. SI didn't quite make it to my 14.8, but it really might be close enough for government work now. It's breaking up slightly from or forming an IHS, not quite sure. We haven't broken this little high here, but possible double bottom breaking up here. We could have put in the low, but again, if we come back to get this 14.8 target exactly later, I will not be surprised. HG. Nice looking setup here. This is setting up really a retest of this high unless we can break below monthly pivot, weekly pivot support. Obviously the weekly pivot's only the weekly pivot for today, but this is setting up basically a retest of this high, probably to make the second high of the smaller double top to match the larger double top. So this would be a nested double top setup looking for the 2.68 area if it all played out. ZB has gone a little lower today. I was suggesting that was needed on TNX yesterday. I'm not sure it's made I can't see on TNX yet whether it's made a higher high on TNX. We shall see, but I think this is on the verge of a turn. We're also, you'll note, we broke this trend line here, which wasn't something I was really keen on particularly, but we've reached almost exactly the 50% retracement. That's 147.02. We have gone very slightly below it, one tick or two. Nice little double bottom here, break over the monthly pivot, and we should get back into the 148.24 area and may well go back and retest this high. So I think this is breakdown, retracement, and go. When we get back to that high, we've got an inflection point where we can either fail from there or just continue straight higher. Right, DX. DX still a pretty decent looking head and shoulders here. Could break up into a retest of this high, which isn't a lot higher. And I have to say JPY is suggesting we might well do that. We won't have a sell signal unless we retest this short-term high here, in which case we get a weak 60-minute sell signal brewing. EURUSD, again, decent looking IHS, could break directly up from here, wondering whether it's going to come back and retest this low. Either way, expecting the next significant move on EURUSD to be up, matching the one on DX, which would be down. USD-JPY is getting pretty close to the high retest here, and I'm wondering whether we're going to see it. We do have an IHS target there, and we're getting pretty close. We may well see that, which surprises me a bit. We're still on a 60-minute sell signal, but if we do see that, then chances are that's the second high of a double top, looking for really a move down into the 107s. USD-CAD. USD-CAD has broken up from an IHS with a target in the 1.3455 area. That could fail here at the weekly pivot and just reject down, or it could go and make that target, in which case I'd be thinking again second high of a double top likely to be made. Australian dollar is breaking up slightly over trendline resistance here. I'm really liking the upside on this. It's just really waiting for DX to turn. We shall see. KC was broken back below monthly pivot and weekly pivot. I think we are coming back in all probability to form either the right shoulder on an IHS with an ideal right shoulder low in the 92.25 area, or to come back and retest this low in the likely second low of a double bottom. I think KC is in the turn here and is forming the reversal pattern. SB has broken up slightly over this channel resistance. Hopefully it will finally resume to the upside now. That would be great to see. No current divergence. Looking for a retest of this high here in the 1288 area. CC we've still got a 60-minute sell signal brewing. It's been brewing for a couple of days, and you can see the upper 70 level on the RSA is looking a little strange now, but we've got trendline support at about the 2400 area. Really not going to be looking for the short before that breaks. Decent trend line there, so as and when we see a break of that, then we should be seeing some kind of a retracement. CW, pretty close to retest this high, hasn't actually quite retested the high. Looking for that full retest, no current divergence. Corn, we are in a likely flag in a possible channel, looking for channel resistance. That would be in the 365.5 area, I think. So thinking that's next, and we could break up from there, or we could have some more work to the downside. Soy is suggesting we may well just break directly up. We've had the sell signal fail here, and we are pretty close to double bottom resistance. I've got that in the 912 area, and a sustained break above it looks for 942 area or thereabouts, which is a perfectly credible target, and particularly if trade talks with China are getting back on track, it looks eminently doable. All right, great. In that case, main recording stops there.